I'm about to take you back to one of the most legendary battles in English history, where a young king defied the odds and an outnumbered army won against all expectations. We're talking about none other than King Henry V and the Battle of Agincourt in 1415, a tale of courage, strategy, and a little bit of luck that changed the course of history. Picture this. It's a damp, cold morning in northern France. The English army, led by the 28-year-old King Henry V, is exhausted. They've been marching for weeks, low on supplies. Disease has thinned their ranks, and now they're standing face to face with a French army that outnumbers them at least 3-1. It's October 25th, the Feast of St. Crispin. The English are tired, hungry, and heavily outnumbered. Yet Henry's heart beats with the fire of a king who will not back down. This is where our story begins. Henry V wasn't just any king. He was a man who carried the weight of England on his shoulders. This was a time when England and France were locked in a brutal conflict known as the Hundred Years' War. Henry had crossed the Channel, determined to press his claim to the French throne, a claim that the French dismissed with contempt. But Henry was a man with a plan. His army, though smaller, was disciplined, and he knew how to use the terrain to his advantage. Now here's the scene. The French knights, brimming with confidence, have formed a massive wall of men-at-arms. They're heavily armored, mounted on horseback, ready to trample the English into the mud. They believe this will be an easy victory. They can practically taste the wine they'll be drinking tonight in celebration. But they're about to get a very rude awakening. Henry's forces, on the other hand, are positioned in a narrow, muddy field. And it's this mud, thick and sticky from the autumn rain, that becomes one of Henry's greatest allies. The battlefield, hemmed in by woods on either side, is perfectly suited to neutralize the advantage of the French cavalry. Henry's archers, the backbone of his army, take their positions, armed with longbows, powerful weapons that can penetrate armor from a distance. This is where the real drama begins. The French knights begin their advance, expecting to crush the English line with sheer force. But as they move, the muddy ground sucks at their feet, slowing them down. Arrows start raining down from the sky, a relentless, deadly hailstorm unleashed by the English longbowmen. The French knights, weighed down by their heavy armor, are struggling to make progress. The battlefield turns into a quagmire of mud, blood, and chaos. It's not the glorious charge they envisioned. Instead, it's a nightmare, a slaughter. Henry himself is in the thick of it, fighting alongside his men. This isn't some king watching from a distance. He's right there in the mud, sword in hand, rallying his troops. And then there's a twist. Amidst the chaos, rumors start to spread that the French have launched a surprise attack on the English baggage train, where they're holding prisoners and supplies. Henry makes a brutal, heart-wrenching decision. He orders the execution of the French prisoners, a move to ensure his own army isn't overwhelmed from behind. It's a dark moment in a glorious victory, a reminder that war is never without its moral complexities. But by the end of the day, against all odds, the English have won. The French army is decimated. Thousands of French knights lie dead, while the English losses are minimal by comparison. Henry has achieved the impossible, a victory so astonishing that it echoes through the ages. Thank you, and may the spirit of Agincourt be with you all.